Hello and welcome back. I've got another ink review video. This one is by Color Bar and it's called Gin and It, and I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out what this color is. Let's go ahead and open this. This was in that ink unboxing video I did a while back. So yeah, okay, so it looks like there's a whole bunch of different colors that they offer and that are all part of the same line, so that's really cute. It's got this nice little box. And here is how the bottle looks. It's got the little drink glass on there. I don't know if there are shimmers or not. I guess I'll shake it and just in case, but I don't recall if this was a shimmer ink or not. I don't think so. But anyway, I think it's kind of neat how they put the label on the corner there. That's kind of cute. Alright, so let's do a swatch real quick. Okay, excellent. If there are any colors that I haven't done that you would like to see me test out, leave a comment down below. And if I have it or if I can get it, then we'll do a review of it. This is another really wet ink. This really put a lot of ink down, a lot more than I was expecting, which is good. I'm now messing with it and it's, okay, I'll stop messing with it. Anyway, very pretty color so far. Looks kind of like a mauve or maroon or something. And let's see. This was Color Bar. Okay. And yeah, this writes really smooth as well. It's a very nice feeling when you write with it. I'm going to set this aside to dry real quick. And then we're going to test this out on some copy paper. And if you've been watching for a while, you know I always test it on these papers because you might have copy paper at work or some cheap paper at school that you use or something and you don't have access to some nicer paper and you want to know how the ink is going to perform to see if it's worth using it. Because some things just won't perform well on this cheaper paper. So this might be one of those. This is copy paper. It's has a little bit of feathering on the edges, it looks like. Just a tiny, tiny bit though. I don't think this would be a problem in a pen. And it looks like there's a little tiny bit of shading that's showing. All right, let's try some HP 32 paper. So this is just copy paper, but it's a fancier copy paper. It's smooth, and the ink performs really well on it. It has like a smooth coating that helps the ink pool on top. And sometimes you can see some nice effects in the ink that you normally wouldn't be able to on cheap paper. All right, and this is HP 32. I'll draw some lines down here as well. Yeah, this is kind of like a berry color, like maybe, I'm trying to think, like maybe blackberries. You know how blackberries, they're not really, like when you crush them, they're not really black. They're kind of like a currant, like the same color as like currants maybe, like a deep purpley red. It's very, very pretty. And this paper is Tomoe River paper. This typically shows off the most special effects of the inks that, as far as the inks that I've tried anyway, most of the time the Tomoe River is the best one for showing off the special properties. So I really like to use it for most of my special inks. And this is Tomoe River. Alright, and we'll draw some lines. And then we'll let that set aside to dry and see how it looks. I may need to put the swatch under the fan. Okay. There we go. Let's set that here. And yeah, I'm going to go set this under a fan, I think, so it can dry. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So here is how this looks. This is a really pretty ink. So first of all, this is how it looks on regular copy paper. Tiny bit of feathering, but it's got this really lovely, like purpley, I don't know how to describe it, like a purpley red color kind of. Like I said, to me it looks like blackberry juice or maybe currants, like red currants, but a little bit darker. And then this one is on HP 32, and you can see there's some shading in here. Some really nice shading where you can see that lighter color, and then also there's a darker color. And this is an example of why the paper makes such a big difference, is because on the copy paper and on the HP 32 paper, this looks like two different colors, but it's not. This is the same ink. It's just that the HP 32 allows more of the colors to be seen, so you're able to see this dark color as well as this lighter color, so you get some nice shading in there. So it's really pretty. You actually can see the shading on the copy paper as well, so just a little bit less dramatic. And then on the HP 32 paper, again, you can see the shading here. It's a little bit smoother, I think. And up here, hopefully the camera picks this up, but there's those two colors. It goes back and forth between those two colors in there, and it just seems to like meld together a little bit better. So really, this is going to be personal preference. If you like this color better and you write with copy or write on copy paper, this might be a good choice for the cheaper papers. If you have nicer paper and you like the darker color or you like the difference in the shading, you might want to get it for that. So that's how that turned out on there. And then on the swatch that we made, this was kind of interesting. So you've got that reddish purpley color that I mentioned before up here, and then down here where it's dark and you got the shading, it has like a green, a tiny bit of a sheen that's like olive green, and I thought that's really pretty. So hopefully the camera picks that up, but this looks really cool. So apparently that's what's giving it that darker color, is this olive green kind of a color in there. And then you can see down here the writing. So this is a really, really pretty color, and very, not at all what I was expecting, although I wasn't really sure what to expect, but other than it just being like maybe this kind of reddish purple color, which it is. So I think this is a really neat color, and if you like it, I'll leave a link to it down below. And if you'd like to see more, just like and subscribe so you can see more. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.